So this is our first demo in the Temporal Reasoning online module. And for this particular demo, not much introduction is required because I've simply created a new project in Intelligent Advisor, and I've created 7 different attributes. I'm not going to use them all in the demo, but I was trying to make a point, is that absolutely anything can be temporal in Intelligent Advisor. Let's take, for example, the text and the number attributes. I'm going to go and debug this. I'll make it full screen. And rather than playing around with the interview, I'm going to go straight to the Data tab. I'm going to reset everything so we have a nice clean debugger in front of us. And I'm going to open up the details for the number. If I type in 100, what I'm essentially saying is the value of this attribute is and always will be 100. It's a non-temporal value. If instead I go to the change points and I add some change points and then I add some data, you'll notice that each change point has a date associated with it. You can change the dates, of course. I'm just using the dates that it's provided as standard by default to make my life easier. So what I've said there is the value of the attribute on each date is as follows. And let's return the value at the top to unknown. So I'm going to click OK now. And I'm going to use the temporal visualization feature to get a good look at what this attribute now is showing me. It's telling me that this attribute is completely unknown until this date. And then it had a value of 100, 90, 80, 70, and 70 is the last recorded date, and the value is considered to be 70 forevermore, or until a new change point is added. If I return to the Data tab, and I place a value in the top part of the screen, let's put 150, there we go, and click OK, what has changed? Now what I'm saying is, the value before any of my temporal dates is 150, and then starting with the first change point, here is the new value, here is the new value, and so on and so on. I can do exactly the same with a text attribute. So let's say that I have 2 change points for this. The first one is red, the second one is blue, and let's say that it was originally black. Okay. And we'll take a look at that in temporal visualization. So now we can see my text value has changed over time as well. And of course, it doesn't have to use the same change points as the previous attribute. It can be any kind of attribute at all. So let's say let's change the date here and say on the 15th and on the, I'll get there if I can, 16th, let's say that it was true there and false there. And once again, we'll go and have a look in temporal visualization. And now we can see that my Boolean attribute was nothing or unknown until the first change point, then it was true, and now it's false. And you can repeat this process for any kind of data, anytime in Intelligent Advisor. There's nothing special you need to have to make an attribute temporal. You just need to give it change points.